Hey, Markar.
I already include Caroline.
I saw that. Thank you so much.
Um,
I'm going to make you co-host
okay.
so you've got some power, can let people in too.
Okay.
I was just reviewing today's news.
There's two on the waiting room. Just a minute. Hi.
Will you please email her the link, the Zoom link too, just in case?
Okay.
Thanks.
I will reply to her message because we got an email saying waiting for the 2 p.m. invite.
Oh,
Oh, I think I sent it all when I added her. Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
so Crystal, did you reply with it?
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes deliverability is a thing, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start on news. You ready? I will
Ready?
share my screen too. So then you can choose what you'd like.
Okay. Thank you.
Happy Wednesday and welcome to AI Smart. What are we doing? Labs. AI Smart Labs today. um, we've got a lot going on. The big chatter has been about Canva, but I don't even, yep, that's in here today too. I was just in a meeting speaking with some people about it because Canva's creative capabilities have just leveled up majorly. And anybody who's creative, like a lot of our team is, you'll appreciate the Adobe story as well. I just got back from Istanbul this weekend where I made a lot of new friends and connections and saw a lot of cats since it is the city of cats. And it was good to see that everybody in the world that was there still have the same questions about AI. Yes, some people are farther ahead, and a lot of people are still trying to figure it out. A big talk in creative this week is Adobe. They have acquired SEMrush or SEMrush, depending on where you are. And that's an SEO tool and Adobe has a creative suite. And so one of the speculations is that they're going to integrate this, and there has been talk of this with Jasper doing sort of a similar thing where you create your content in the product and there's a tie-in to analytics that will allow you to measure how good the product performed or the post performed, and then it would learn from that and then produce more optimized posts that will perform better. And Jasper's been talking about this for the last 2 or 3 years, and we've been part of their beta to integrate analytics into content production, but they haven't had anything hit the market yet. The beta stopped, and they still are talking about it a bit more quietly. And I think with Adobe's move with SEMrush, Hopefully it lights a fire under Jasper a little bit, because we would like to see this automated iterative process when it comes to content creation. I think anybody in creating social media content, any marketing content, would be happy to get this too, because we always want to produce content that's really good and resonates with people. And if we could have the stats on it and have AI help us make it better automatically, then that would be ideal. So definitely keep an eye on Adobe and what they're going to have coming out, and also keep an eye on Jasper and if they release it before Adobe does. And then Canva created, so Canva's got a new connection with ChatGPT, because ChatGPT has been rolling out their connections the last couple of weeks. Canva's included in that. And now Canva has more capability to edit the images via prompt. And you can edit your visuals, even the text in your visuals, with the prompts that you do in Canva, and ChatGPT will create better prompts for you that you can use with Canva. So their relationship has gotten tighter, and we're going to dig into this one later today. This is the focus of labs, is Canva and ChatGPT, that combination, to see if we can get some good content out of it. We've been playing with it so far, and it's not perfect, not where we'd like it to be, and it's better than it was. And we are invested in Canva because we've been using it for years, and it's a standard in a lot of companies. So we really hope that it works out, that their AI improves, and yeah, that it's just easier to produce content that is on brand. And then you may have seen this already. Neo has been making the rounds all over the place with a lot of comments about, how do you feel about this robot in your house doing chores? They have talked about, the people online have talked about, well, this is just going to be a remote controlled AI agent, basically sitting in your home doing these chores, but it's going to be remote controlled by a person sitting in China or some other country. And then they'll be mapping your home and, learning all about you. So there's the extreme end of things where people don't want it and don't believe that it's a good thing. And then others are ready to try it. They want it to fold their laundry, take out their trash. I would love it to take out trash and recycle. I live in a condo building. I don't know if it's got the dexterity to use keys and how that would work. And I think it would be really interesting. And I think my neighbors would be freaked out by a robot in the building. So this is something we're keeping an eye on. I've got some friends that I'm sure somebody is going to buy the Neo. It comes out in 2026. It's $20,000 if you want to buy Neo. And then they have also talked about a subscription service that they'll roll out after the initial robots go out. So there's Neo, and he's a soft robot. MIT, in their labs, they have been working on this model where you can sketch and then have a 3D model created in CAD. So it will make it possible for you to go from idea to prototype a lot faster, because if you don't know how to use CAD, it can be hard. We've got a 3D printer at home, and it uses like a mini CAD program. And sometimes that's the limitation in being able to get that 3D model out. And if you could just go straight from a sketch to 3D CAD automatically, then that's going to save a lot of time. And I think it'll be really fun for makers to be able to quickly invent things and not have to touch CAD to do it. And it'll be a lot less expensive for the big companies that are always producing parts, even like automobile manufacturers. If they can just go from a sketch to CAD drawing, it's going to save a lot of time. And now there's conversations about AI and the hype of AI slowing down, along with NVIDIA's stock prices kind of being slightly stagnant. I mean, the pace of AI development and the craziness of the rise in stock price, stagnation is, who knows, it might just be a minimal thing. But then Google has talked about their chips that they're making and that will be available to the market soon. So NVIDIA is going to see a lot more competition coming out probably in 2026. There are other chip companies from China because, with geopolitics, we're not allowed to import chips from China or they're very expensive. But if people go straight for the Chinese chips, then, NVIDIA could be hurt by that and also Google's manufacturing of chips. So if you're invested in NVIDIA, keep an eye on what they are doing and what their competitors are doing right now. Our tool feature this week is Talkadot. And Talkadot is a tool that I use when I give talks. So I was in Istanbul, and at the end of my presentation, I put a slide up that has a QR code, and it's from Talkadot. And what Talkadot does is if somebody fills out the information, they can say what they're interested in. They can give me their email, sign up for my newsletter. I can give them the free information that, when I get their email, I've got some resources that I send to them. And then Talkadot will send the first email out. We have it integrated with our CRM system so then people can get put into the right buckets in our CRM system. And it could be that they just want a newsletter, or they want to book me as a speaker for another event, or they're interested in follow-up about getting SEO done on their business, the AI SEO. It could be any number of things based on how we set it up. So then I'm able to nurture those leads automatically. And I love this because then I don't drop the ball after a trade show or conference. Then I can make sure that the people who are there that are asking for resources get what they need. And that's somewhere where humans fall down a lot. I know I sure would collect business cards and then, lose them or not follow up with them after I get home. And this automates that. And we call it a system of care. And this is one of our systems of care so that, I want people who have an experience with me to feel like they're cared for and that they get what they need after that experience. So they get their AI resources. And that's why I really like Talkadot. It also gives me a rating. So in Istanbul, I could see that 98% of people would like to hear me speak again. And there was one person that did not. And I could see who that was because they gave me their email address. I had a conversation with him later so I could learn and, see what I could do to make the session better. And then I can also send those results to the people that hired me to do the speaking engagement so they can see how engaged their audience was. So it's really helpful on a number of bases. And then if somebody wants to hire me to speak for their organization, I can give them all of my scores. It's in a dashboard. And I also get, from that, I will also get testimonials. So people can leave testimonials right after a talk, and they're in a nice format. You can use it on social media. They can give their permission right in that process. So I'd highly recommend checking out Talkadot if you're doing webinars, presentations of any type, or speaking engagements. And then use some AI and automation to help you, get more business and get more trust and authority. And then tools that we mentioned this week, HeyGen, which you hear us talk about a lot. It will do the AI avatar studio quality videos for ads, user-generated content, social media blogs. We use it all over the place. And you can have AI-generated avatars and voices. When I was in Turkey, I did some recordings, but the voice didn't come out very well. And I had some video recordings that I uploaded, and I could just pick a different voice of mine that was a better one that had a better recording from a different time. So I could actually use my trained image of me and a different voice because the audio wasn't good on the one I uploaded. There are a lot of ways we use HeyGen, and Marakar uses it a lot for content when I can't do something, and Victoria does too. And then OpenForge. We love OpenForge. It is an AIO platform or AI SEO platform that tells us how we are performing in AI search. and we can see the keywords or the queries that people are doing in AI, which ones we show up for and which ones we don't show up for that we should. So then we know the kind of content to put out, the landing pages on our website, so that we show up more often for the things that we are the answer for. And OpenForge is amazing for this. And then Gamma, of course, which is what we use for creating presentations, also documents and websites. I love Gamma because then what I did from the presentation in Istanbul is I gave everybody the link to the deck, and I can see how many people click the link, and I can see the slides that they view and how long they stay on each one, so I can see what people are most interested in. And that's helpful for me in making my presentations better. If you're sending out a pitch deck or sales deck, you can also see where people are hanging out on your deck. If you have the Gamma Pro, you can get all those analytics. And we just sent out more than a dozen decks to potential prospects, and then we get the analytics on those decks. So I find that a really valuable one for us. And it makes creating decks really, really fast. We are doing a course, our AI. Oh my gosh, we're doing applied AI again in January. We've got a cohort going on right now. Our next cohort starts in January, where you'll do the 10 lessons online, 10 live classes, and you can go to labs during those 10 weeks as well. And some of the things that you'll learn about spreadsheets, and let's see, also building custom agents. Today we are going into building advanced agents with multiple inputs. And if you want to go to class, let us know. We've got a new cohort starting, and I would love to see you there. Like Carolina, hopefully we'll see you in January in class. And you will feel confident and competent by the end of that. And you'll get a certification that you can put on your LinkedIn. You'll get a little badge that goes on LinkedIn and a certificate that you could print out and put on your wall as well. And then we have an AI Your Operations course where you'll get deeper into AI and creating your workflows and automations. This is a 4-week course, and it's a little bit more technical, where we go and actually build integrations within the session. And by the end of the 4 weeks, you'll have built at least one workflow or agent that you'll be able to use at work. And AI for Ops is 4 weeks, and Applied AI is 10 weeks. And I think that's about it. If you have any fun AI stories or want to learn more, you can email info@aismartventures.com and we'll get back to you. And if you've got a project you want to take to labs, let us know. It's our experimental space for sharing with people all the things that are going on in AI that you want to learn about. We did a session where we had somebody who wanted to do sales predictions based on weather to help his clients order better. And it was that person had clients in different regions with different weather patterns. And we were able to build an agent within the lab that was able to do the projections of, what they would sell in the different areas. So we'll take on any sort of project